And we're live.
This is Jen and
Jennifer
Jennifer
Rose.
with Creepy Encounters with GGP. We got Darkside Paranormal with Scuba-Steve and Joe here. And I don't know if Jen's going to do that outro thing, but I guess I'll find out. Are you doing the outro? The little time countdown?
No, I don't know how.
Okay.
Not with my phone.
Yeah, welcome to our Creepy Encounters, guys. This is how we do things.
Hey, it's fine. I do a podcast too, and yeah, I feel you.
We're always prepared, though.
I don't know about that. I don't know about always, because sometimes I'm like last minute. Damn, I need a co-host. Joe, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. Get on the damn podcast. I need a co-host.
And then he sends me the notes, and I don't even read them.
Yeah, he didn't ever read the notes. He doesn't ever read the notes ever.
Nah.
That's
I'm more the face of it.
This is why we don't do notes, because I won't have time to read it.
Well, I just like to have.
I do notes.
I like to have a little bit, a little bit on the topic that we're talking about, so that way people can, know that I actually know what the hell I'm talking about, that I actually did a little bit of research,
A little bit.
Sometimes I wing it, though. There's a lot of times I wing it. I'm not going to lie.
Those are the best times.
Yeah, but we get off topic a lot.
We do too, so it's okay.
That's very, very true.
We're in it together, guys.
Heck yeah.
It's okay, because if I bring her down, I'm bringing you all with me.
Let's go, Titanic style.
We're down.
So we originally met you guys through Unknown Ventures with Robbie.
Yes.
I saw Joe on camera. And then we finally got to meet in person at Cleburne, Texas. So what intrigued y'all to go there?
Actually, Robbie had reached out to me a while back and kind of brought the idea. I know he reached out to Joe too. And him and Joe talked about it a lot more than he did with me. He just kind of was like, hey, you should do this. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll talk to the guys, see what they say. And I guess he kind of said the same thing to Joe. And Joe just, pushed it a little bit more than I did. Because I totally didn't realize I never messaged Robbie back until we got to Cleburne. And I was like, oh, I forgot to respond to him months ago.
Oh, man. So yeah.
So that's how we heard about it. And then, we started doing a little bit of research about the town and, about the event that was going on. And we were like, hell yeah, we're going to go. Like, how can we not go? It's something cool that we've never done before as a team. And it just intrigued us. We wanted to go and make more connections, which we did. Glad we met you guys. We just wanted to go and see how other teams do things and just talk to people and get to see where their mindsets are when it comes to the world of the paranormal. We're down here in Corpus, and there's a few paranormal teams here, but nobody really talks to each other. Nobody wants to share evidence. Nobody wants to share techniques that they use. Everybody's just kind of to themselves. And
they're dicks.
I'm not like that. If I do something a certain way and I'm getting results, I'm going to share it with other people. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh no, this is just Darkside's way. Like I'm not interested in collabing with anybody. Like I'm all about just making connections and getting out there and talking to people and making new friends, especially in the paranormal world.
Yeah, it should be a networking system. I mean, I was there to share and get more ideas, more ideas for locations and methods. Actually, I sent you guys, I sent our team some more spots here in Corpus that I want to check out. Mesquite Street. What was the other one? Did you get to see that, Scoob?
I did. Yeah, that was an article from 2020 that had come out. And I know Mesquite Street's on there, but that's the same guy that we did the La Stanza investigation for, and he didn't want us to post any of our findings, remember? Oh, I don't know if you went with us. I think it was just Mike and I. And he owns the venue right next door to it, which is a very old location, along with that whole section, because that all used to be the morgue area, original morgue in Corpus Christi. He just doesn't want any of that kind of publicity for his establishment. So while people do claim that there are strange things that go on there, he's not open to letting anybody go in and actually do an investigation and post any findings because he feels like it's going to bring bad.
Yeah.
Shout out-
Also, Pier 99.
That happens.
Yeah,
Oh, the smiling octopus is on.
that's my fiance. Hi, honey.
Right. Yeah.
How was the convention? It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, it wasn't as hot as I expected. I was surprised that nice breeze came in. So I was happy with that.
I know, and y'all were supposed to be setting up because they had a booth, guys, at 7. They're supposed to set up at 7, and I asked them, "Hey, were y'all out here?"
We got there
No.
like 9:45, and it
Yeah.
opened at 10.
Even though Joe did set his alarm bright and early in the damn morning.
Look, I was tired. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all you got because I went to bed at the same time. Actually, I fell asleep before you did, which is fair.
Yeah.
But your alarm went off. I woke up every time he kept snoozing the damn alarm. And then finally he just turned it off. And I'm like, I'm getting up to shower. This fool is not getting up. Which was fine because it really didn't start picking up and we didn't have a lot to set up anyways. So it, we set up like right at the, best time, I think.
And we had the best location. We're next to Jeremy from Palestine, the old haunted jail guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna check that place out too.
What was y'all's experience there? Like, how did you guys get in contact with Robbie about all of that? And like, what was y'all's experience? Because obviously we had different, you guys were off and about and we were stuck at our booth. So I think next time, if we get invited to go, we're not going to do a booth. We're just going to walk around the whole time. But what was y'all's experience?
So it was my idea not to have a booth. I knew we were going to meet more paranormal investigators, and Robbie had reached out to us saying that, we want y'all to be speakers and we wanted to collaborate more. So we're like, yeah, we'll do it. And I know Jennifer Rose was like, should we get a table? I was like, no, I'm not sitting out there and sticking to that table because you can't leave the table.
Yeah.
You got to be right by your stuff. If you leave it, things happen. You get missing things, money missing. Yeah. So I was like, we're going to mingle. We're going to mingle this time. We're going to walk around and we're going to meet new people. And I'm glad I chose that route because we did. Yeah. We met a lot of new teams. It was pretty awesome. And
yeah. I think next time we'll probably take the same route. And if we're speakers again, we'll just say, hey, we got shirts for sale. If y'all want to come up and buy some.
There you go.
No booth.
We'll just sell them out the van. Yeah.
Right? I'll pop
Sketchy
the trunk.
style. Sketch style.
I was telling you, I was like, I'll just wear a trench coat and I'll just open it up and have like all these hooks on there.
Fuck yeah.
I got these crystals, man.
Did you guys investigate the same location? So how different was your... Oh, so they actually didn't book a location.
No, we didn't because we were very unprepared for this. And I had absolutely no idea that they were, you could buy tickets for an investigation. I didn't know. Like I said, I had no idea what's going on. I got so much other crap going on that I just didn't really pay attention. I just knew we were going out of town this day, and that was it. And so randomly, we just show up to the event, early or the day before. We want to check out the location, and we run into these two ladies who are outside talking. We don't know who they are. We thought they were just people hanging out.
I know. What y'all?
I was not. I did not say it like that.
Yes,
Scuba popped his collar and everything. He's like, we're speakers.
No, yeah,
we're speakers.
We're kind of a big deal,
You might have heard of me.
Stupid. No, but we
yeah, no, we're speakers, and we're like, oh, us too.
And I was like, hell yeah, let's go. So we actually stood out there talking for like a long time. Like I don't even know how long we were out there, but we ended up talking for a long time, and we didn't know that we were going to stay, but Joe and I did go and investigate one of the cemeteries that was there, and it was weird.
Yeah, like, it was creepy.
They had like a Confederate memorial out there, and just seeing that kind of gave me like weird vibes. Joe was comfortable in it. I don't know why.
My people. No.
But I was a little bit on edge. I was like, and then every time a vehicle passed by, I just got kind of paranoid because I'm like, okay, we're in a small town. I don't know like
Mhm.
what the race stuff is here. I
Oh,
don't
we
know.
knew what the race stuff was because you looked up the statistics.
I did look up the
80,
statistics.
83% white.
Yeah, something like that.
I was like,
Anyways, I was definitely a minority there, and I was scared for my life in that cemetery, but not because of the ghosts. Because every time a big old truck passed by, I thought some good old boy was gonna pull in and be like, "What y'all doing in this cemetery?"
we don't
That's
like
how
y'all
I
kind around
feel.
here.
That's how I feel when we go to the Devil's Bridge on the south side, and you can hear like people popping their guns. I don't know why, but people like to like shoot their guns out their window
I'm
on the
like,
south
I'm at
side.
home.
I've
And
done
sometimes
that
you can just
before.
hear it getting closer, and we're like, fuck, we gotta leave now.
And that's in
Yeah.
San Antonio.
Yeah,
What the
Southside
shit?
San Antonio.
Damn,
Gangsta.
gangsta.
So fun. So
Yeah,
fun.
but no, and it was cool. You know, it was cool. We were walking around and we felt some really weird stuff. You know, because usually you get like cold spots when you're doing an investigation. We were getting warm spots.
Yeah, it was creepy. I never felt that. It was different.
And the millimeter kept giving like crazy readings. It was like 13.2, 15.6. Joe thought he saw like multiple shadows like creeping out from behind tombstones and stuff. And like I told y'all there, he's not the one that gets easily scared. I'm the one that just like freaks out about everything.
Oh yeah, I
And
got a little jumpy. Yeah.
so he was making just him being on edge kind of made me on edge. And I'm like, let's just go. I want to go to sleep. I don't want to be here. But it was really cool. And then, you know, the next day you guys were like, oh, are y'all investigating? We're like, nah, we didn't get anywhere. And they're like, you guys were like,
Gotcha,
we
bro.
got you. We got you. We got you. South Texas, baby. We got you.
And I was like, what? Nah, it was a good man. And I even told Tracy, I messaged her the other day because she went live after all the events and everything. And I told her, I was like, hey, let me know when you get your other place up and running because she wants to do like a bed and breakfast type place, like a block
Yeah.
away, to where you can investigate Dillon Depot. And at 2 o'clock, you can go over to that place, which is supposedly haunted too. So you can either go to bed over there or keep investigating. So I was like, hey, we're down whenever it opens up. Message us. We're there.
You know,
Oh
and
yeah.
we're usually hardcore, or we try to be hardcore when we do our investigations and push through all night. And we're like, you don't let us investigate past 2 o'clock? I don't think so. We'll go somewhere else where we're usually in bed by like 2:33. There's times where we're like, okay, we're gonna take a break. And I'm like, all right, guys, let's go. And I'm tired the entire investigation. But then that 3 o'clock hour hits, and I'm like, let's go, guys. And they're like, nah,
Final push. Yeah.
we're gonna crash out. And I'm like, you mother. Like,
Well,
God.
that's
You know-
really only the places we do that is places we've been before. If it's our first time there, we're up till 4:30.
Yeah, that's us. I can't hang anymore, guys. I'm so tired.
There's only so much an energy drink can do. And when you're running off of like 3 or 4 ghosts for the entire time that you've been there, your body says no more. I gotta go.
I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like it was, you know, at Hill House. We'll be up till 5 or 6, but because there's like a time warp there, and it's 12 o'clock, and then suddenly it's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel frighted at Dillon Depot. We might have left before 3 a.m., but I feel like we got a good investigation in.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
time that we were there, there was definitely a lot of stuff happening, especially like right at the end, which
Yeah.
you know, that
Yeah.
was, you know, everybody's packing up their stuff, and then right at the end, it just kind of amped up a little bit. Actually, it actually amped up after that doll was removed from the building. To
I
be
feel
honest,
like
Yeah.
whatever was going on after, like, so it actually started ramping up once she was in the bag and locked inside a bag. When
Yeah.
she was out of the bag, it was like not as intense, I guess.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that we could hear the doll, which is weird. But
Right.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
because
no,
I set up the tripwire while that doll was still in the building, and it didn't go off until finally it was gone.
yeah. So once she was in the bag, locked up, then it started ramping up. Then once she left, then it was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised. Like when we all gathered, like where we were speaking at, when we all gathered up there, how much stuff you could just hear, like footsteps and knocks, and even that one time
Yeah.
when I was standing with kind of up against the wall over there, I heard footsteps coming toward me, and I even stuck my hand out, and it started getting cold. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, that it was pretty awesome. I like
Yeah.
that place a lot.
And I don't think
It was.
that. Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's a good location, and it's only been, you know, it's investigated by so many people because it's only been they've only been doing this for about 6 months now.
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
And I never once felt, I mean, like I was, kind of freaked out a little bit, but I never once felt like at other locations, like at Hill House, where I felt like, not that I was going to get hurt, but that it felt like whatever is there was bad. I never felt like anything that was there was like bad. You know what I mean? There was
Mhm.
there was something there. What it was, I don't know, but it didn't feel like it was anything that was malicious trying to
Yeah.
like attack me or hurt me or anything. I don't know if you guys felt
That's true.
different, but
I felt fine. I think Jennifer Rose got her hair pulled.
she got her. Oh,
I
yeah.
did get my hair pulled. I forgot about that. Oh, by the way, guys, when I came home, I see, and I can't connect the two because at the time I did feel some burning sensations on my back, and I mentioned it to Tracy, but I didn't have anybody look because every time I feel a sensation and it feels like I got scratched, I'm like, look, and it's nothing. No
Yeah.
scratch, no
Mhm.
Yep.
nothing. It just phantom burning feeling, right? But I should have had somebody look because I do have scratches on my back.
Oh
Hmm.
shit!
Now I can't tie the two.
So
Oh,
that
no. You,
that night
you did
when
not
Joe
say
and I,
anything. She didn't say anything at all to me. So
Joe and
No.
I were in that room where the stretcher was, and he's sitting on the stretcher or whatever, and my face kind of started getting hot, and I didn't like say anything. I didn't, because it didn't free. I just thought it was hot up there, so I thought my face was getting hot. And then finally, I was like, "Hey, can you look at my face?" And I didn't touch my face. I didn't do anything. And there was just like one straight line down my face. But I don't know if it was a scratch or what. But it was there was definitely a red mark, like just
Yeah.
straight down my face. I don't know if I took a picture of it or not.
It was from your tears. You were crying.
Probably my tear from just.
Call me Claire. Hi, Amy.
there's
How's it going,
Amy.
Amy?
I know.
Amy, I'm a little delayed on the comments, guys. Sorry. I'm driving. I'm on my way to a location now, so I am driving. That's why you don't.
The cops
see
are like,
me.
we're on
Why
it.
I
We
sound-
got her.
Why I sound weird. I'm running about 30 minutes behind. So,
Goodness.
but I'm clicking the comments as I can. There's actually quite a few comments.
I was just about to read that comment out to you.
Yeah, I was on the private chat, so I didn't see anything. I just now clicked on comments.
What
Does
locations
it let
have
you
the
guys
gals?
click the comments?
I don't
Huh.
think they can't click the comments because they're not the host. But they can
I'm just
see them.
Yeah, we
I
can
can
see
see
him.
him. Yeah.
Okay.
It says, what locations have the gals investigated that they refuse to go again due to bad experiences? We haven't had that yet.
Goddamn right.
Hasn't
Perfect
happened.
answer. Woo!
Hasn't happened yet. We haven't been
Badass.
scared from a place yet. Yet.
Have
Yeah,
you guys
no.
done Martha's
You
Chapel?
won't.
Have we done what?
Martha's Chapel?
No.
Oh,
Cemetery?
that's
Have not.
a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we got to go back there when it's nice and cool.
We haven't
Texas
investigated
fall.
as many places
Texas
as
real fall.
I have.
I mean, to me, there's no place I wouldn't go back to. I mean, there's some that really we didn't have much activity that I, be on the bottom of my list, but like Bower Mansion, this is a nice place, but just not a lot of
I don't
activity.
know what it would take for us to not want to go back to the location.
I think I would have to actually physically see a demon standing in front of me telling me to get out for me to not want to go back
Right.
to a location. You know, like I would have, like, if I don't see it, yeah, okay, scratch me, push me, run through me like you did at Dillon Depot, whatever. But I think I would actually have to see like a demonic entity standing right in front of me, and not in a dream, not in a dream. Like I would have to see it like in front of me, saying, "Get out, don't come back." And I'd be like, "You got it, boss. Let me pack up my
See,
stuff. I'm out."
and see that would make me want to go back. Now, on the exact flip side, if Jesus Christ appeared in front of me at a location and be like, "Hey, this is not a good place for you. Don't come back," I'd be like, "All right, that's cool. That's all I need to know." But if a demon says that to me, demons are liars. They want me to come back.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
It's a good point.
I hate your logic, Joe.
It makes
But you're
sense.
I'd be
so
like,
right. You're so right.
why? Why don't
Yeah,
you?
why
demons
don't you want me to come back?
here?
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's my
I
naughty
love that.
time.
Yay!
Ooh.
Me and Joe have the same logic.
Right? Yeah, if God tells me something, okay, I'm gonna listen. The devil tells me something, I'm gonna defy him. I don't like him.
Okay, so you guys have been
Joe.
to Hill House.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Jen, did you have something? Because I can't see you on camera. No.
Right, so-
Okay,
Yeah. Go ahead, Jen.
so you guys also went to Hill House. I want to hear the story again on how you mistaked a doctor and a little boy.
All right, so
Mm.
let me tell this story.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll sit back and listen like I don't know.
So we go and we get the full tour of the house, right? And somehow Mr. Joe over here gets crossed that the doctor entity that's there and Jacob, the little boy, innocent spirit that did nothing wrong in his entire life, was the doctor. So he thinks that the doctor was Jacob. So every time we walked by Jacob's room, every time we entered Jacob's room, Joe's like, "Wait, can we cuss on this podcast? Can we cuss? Can we cuss?"
Jen, can I?
I will censor myself.
Sure.
So every
What?
time we walk in there, Joe's like, "F you, Jacob. F you. You're a little bitch, Jacob." Like just going on and taunting poor little Jacob ghost. And so we're just letting him do his thing because we're like, "Oh, well, Joe's got a problem with this little kid. Like, I don't know what his problem is with this little boy ghost, but hey, have at it, Joe." And so we're in there finally, and Joe's like, they're talking about the doctor or something and abortions or something. And he's like, "Yeah, Jacob, do you like all those abortions you did, you piece of crap?" And just keeps going on and talking all this crap. And I'm like, "Joe, Jacob's the little kid. Why have you been talking crap to the little kid ghost all day?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Jacob is the little kid spirit. The doctor's a completely different entity." And the look on his face, he felt like he just so bad instantly. And he's like, "I'm so sorry."
It felt like I kicked a wheelchair kid down a hill. That's how it felt.
Yeah.
I was like,
And so now every time we go, we're like, Joe has to go into Jacob's room and, apologize to him. And he'll peek in and be like, "Hey, Jacob, it's me. Sorry."
I'm still sorry, but screw you,
You
doctor.
need to take Jacob a toy.
We do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should take him a toy for being a dick.
Right.
We have left Raggedy Andy and a bouncy ball there that lights up.
Nice. Maybe next time I go there, I'll take him a little gift to show how sorry I truly am. But
So speaking of little kid ghosts terrify me. That is my one top tier terrifying thing. I don't know why. Just little kid ghosts freak me out more than adult ghosts and demons. And so maybe it would take a little kid ghost to appear in front of me and be like, "Get out." Then I might not ever come back. But I don't know if you guys had any cameras rolling while we were talking to Ethan in that one little room we were in. Because I kid you not, something stuck a finger up my nose. And if you guys had cameras rolling and you see a bug or something, please let me know, because that's still messing with me. Today I was talking about it at work about how like something stuck, and it felt like It was weird. It felt like, you know how when you stick your tongue on a battery and it would shock you? That's what it felt like, but in my nose. And it was really freaking weird. And so if you guys have footage of us sitting there and you by chance caught a bug flying up there or something, could you let me know? Because that's still freaking me out.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to look. I think our camera might have died before that.
Figures. But I think honestly,
I
because
had
when I
cameras
tried,
everywhere, so
yeah, if you come across that and it is a bug, please let me know, because I was told that I scared him from when I screamed to try to make the cat ball go off with my voice, which I totally failed at, and it made me so sad because I can make them go off with my voice. I've done it before, and I was told that I scared him, and I apologized to him, and I mumbled, "You can get me back later." And I want to know if he got me back. Like, was that his way of getting me back? Did he go and
He wet willied your schnauzer.
he probably did? I don't know.
He sure did.
Let's see, we got Jason.
could be.
What paranormal so-called myth legends have you found to be true through investigations?
So-called paranormal myth or legend. I don't know. I mean, cold spots.
I would say myth / legend. I would say Skinwalker.
Oh,
While
yeah,
we did not physically see it, what we heard and what we got on camera, it was too weird for it just to be an animal out in those woods. And it was like everything that they say they do to try to get you to get closer to them, and how when they sound far away they're really up close. It was too weird of a coincidence for it to happen. So I still say that there is a skinwalker in Yorktown, and
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, the way that night, that I mean, first and I'm not gonna say I hope it's the last time, but that was definitely the first time that I've encountered something like that. It was too odd to explain. There was no animal out there, yet we heard it getting closer and further away.
and moving
I
with
don't know.
us, like as we were
Yeah,
moving, like and it was weird. It was so weird, and it was
yeah.
dead silent outside too, like
No
completely
wind, no
silent. No
nothing.
wind, no other like crickets chirping, no nothing. It was like completely dead silent out there. So I would say, while I can't say 100% that it was a skinwalker, I mean that I
Yeah,
don't
it's a solid 95.6% sure. Is a
I would say
skinwalker.
96.2.
Yeah, no, even the way y'all described it sounded like this skinwalker.
Yeah, and it freaked us out. Like you know, knowing about all that kind of stuff, growing up and stuff, it had me on edge. And had Joe not had his gun with him in case something did come at us, which I don't know that a gun's going to help, but we're always carrying, and it was just that one investigation that I completely forgot. So I just felt like it, and it was a creepy feeling. Like it was weird. Weird.
Definitely.
Interesting. Now we need to go to Yorktown.
Heck yeah.
Have the gals been to St. John's Seminary in San Antonio before they destroyed that place? I have not been. I don't know, Jennifer Rose. Jennifer Rose, have you been?
No.
We were too late.
St. John's Seminary. Is that the is that on the south side?
I don't know. I gotta Google that, but I'm using my phone, guys, again.
I'm on it right now.
Yeah. But yeah,
That's what I was about to do.
St. John's. Oh, the address isn't even there anymore. It's permanently closed. It is off of 10.
She said it's downtown.
Damn it, Steven. All ghoul in the neighborhood.
I know. You know,
Him and his puns.
The Pope, your fiance, the smiling octopus, said even the Pope lived there for 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
No one knows why it's closed.
Ghost nose picking seems to be true. Could be.
That's scary. If that's the case.
About the
I
seminary?
don't know if I would. Yeah, I don't know if I would want to go there then.
I've always been kind of against doing anything that has to do with the Catholic religion, like abandoned buildings and such, which I know Yorktown's kind of that, you know, but it was more a hospital than anything. But I think doing like a seminary or something like that would really have me on edge, especially because I grew up Catholic. And it just, I don't know, there's just something about that kind of stuff that really freaks me out and has me thinking all the time that there's some kind of weird demon stuff going on.
Yeah, Catholics freak me out too.
And that would explain, like, if the Pope stayed there for 2 weeks and then nobody knows why it closed, if they just up and left. To me, that's intriguing. That's the spot I would want to go to.
I think they tore it down, but I mean the land's always going to be there. It's over by the Mission Concepcion. I don't know if you guys have heard about that.
Yeah, okay.
It's like literally right behind it, or where it used to be is right behind it.
Oh yeah, we can definitely go there. Well, I'll go there because I don't think she wants to go there. What got you guys started together, and around what time did you start Darkside?
So Mike and I are the two original members. I've known Mike since he was 18 or 19, drinking in my bar when he shouldn't have been in there. And he just came to me one day and was like, hey, my buddy, his house haunted. You want to go check it out? And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go check it out. So we already had a little bit of equipment. And so we went to go check out this house. And his buddy, TJ, was like, hey, I'm down too if you guys are down. So then we all just kind of started doing investigations. And it was mainly Mike and I that were like booking the things. And, you know, the first investigation as Darkside, after we came up with the name and stuff, we went to the Nazareth in Mineral Wells. That was our first investigation. And then after that, we just were like, we were hooked, you know, and I had already kind of dabbled in it back in the day with another group of friends. And I was like, let's take it serious, you know, like what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. Let's take it serious and see where we can get with it. And it just kind of took off, and we just started doing investigations. And we had an investigation at the Lexington, and I believe we put it out on Facebook or something that we were going to take 2 people with us to go. And that was kind of our way of like scouting for a 4th member, just because we just felt like 4 was a good number. And so there was this other guy that showed up. I don't even remember his name. And then of course, Joe. And I'm like, I had been pushing for Joe to come because I've known Joe for a long time too. You know, we used to be neighbors. And so we had talked about it a long time ago about like going ghost hunting and, you know, doing this and doing that. We just never got to do it. And so I brought it to him and he's like, heck yeah, I'll go. So we were kind of super stupid cocky about it. Like we had these nice Darkside shirts on, and we gave them like gray rookie shirts that were like super just like fastly put together, that were like, it wasn't even our logo. It just said Darkside Paranormal. And that was back when we were Darkside Paranormal Society. Now we're just Darkside Paranormal. And
the
so
society.
Yeah, the society. And so Joe, I you know, he went and he took to it like a fish to water. And I kept telling Mike, I'm like, dude, like he'd be good for the team. And Mike's just one of those people that doesn't want to accept anybody. He's like, man, like I don't know, we'll see. And I'm like, well, you know, it's kind of a group vote, buddy. So if majority rules. And Joe kind of grew on Mike, and it's just history. He joined the team, and then TJ left for a bit, so it was just the 3 of us. And we still say that, you know, TJ's part of the team, but the 3 main people in the team were Joe, Mike, and I.
Yeah, we're the three amigos. Am I
Yeah.
out of focus to you guys
You are
too?
extremely out of focus right
You
now.
are.
What happened? What happened?
There's a ghosty standing in front of your camera.
High five.
Oh well.
Yeah, I
just-
think probably because you got up.
Probably. Let me try.
By the way, guys, I'm at 5%, but I'm
Oh.
almost there.
Oh.
Ridiculous amount of
final countdown.
And my battery, by the way, was at 60%, so this is like draining me for some reason. I don't know.
Where are you? Are you there yet?
I'm almost there. So it's South Cross, and so kind of like by where McCreely Mall was.
San Antonio, guys, is too big. Takes us an hour to get anywhere.
I was coming from my mom's house, which was like Culebra FM 471, so it wasn't even Culebra anymore. It was FM 471, closer to Lake Hills.
Oh wow.
So yeah, basically I went from one end of the city to the other end of the city.
Nice. Everything takes like
On a
what, 30 to
Friday
40
night.
minutes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 30 to 40 minutes. Especially on a Friday night where people are trying to get downtown, and this is near downtown.
Yeah.
Wait, let's talk about that real quick. Hold on, because I thought it was really strange in Cleburne. There was nobody out at night. No, absolutely nobody. We were the only people out walking around. To me, that was strange.
What's a dry county?
Yeah, but still, I mean, you should see kids out doing stupid shit, skateboarding or whatever, but there was nobody.
People were like speeding to get out of there.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I even told Scuba, I was like, maybe this town knows something we don't. Maybe we shouldn't be out after dark. Maybe it's one of those horror films where you don't go outside after dark.
I told him it
I know
reminded me
Robbie
of
said that he was doing a tour, and they're like, it's an entire tour, and they're walking, and some lady was like yelling at them.
That's odd. I'd yell at Robbie too, though.
Yeah, I'd yell at Robbie too. Get out of here!
He just got one of them faces. No.
Oh man.
Love that guy.
Well, Jennifer Rose and I were walking by ourselves just fine, and then y'all showed up, and we're like, "Hey, more people!"
Yeah.
But we hadn't seen anyone either.
Yeah,
It was just
strange.
empty.
We didn't see anybody, and we walked from Liberty Hotel to
Dillon Depot.
And we didn't see anybody till we got to Dillon Depot, other than the cars driving through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we saw one of the guys who works there at Dillon Depot, and that's when we started, trying to get stories from him.
Oh, the maintenance
Let's be
guy.
honest, we were trying to get inside.
That too.
Yeah. But Dan kept driving by. Good old Dan.
Oh,
Yes.
Dan. Man, he drove by like 6 or 7 times. It's like,
He sure did.
I talked to
We
him
were
the next day for a little bit. He was really cool.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, up there at the front counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's one of those guys that has knowledge about everything, though. Like he's been through some things, so that's a wise guy right there.
Yep, you don't mess with him.
He's got too many connections.
I still kind of want to go back to buy that cross that I was telling you
yeah.
about.
Oh,
It's been on my mind like super heavy. And I was telling Mel, my fiance, I was like, I don't know, like I've never seen another cross like it before ever in my entire life. And just the weird feeling that I got from standing in that area. And I don't know that it was coming from that cross, but it was just weird that that cross was there and it just kind of caught my attention. And it's the pretty much the same exact cross that my grandmother has in her room. And I keep thinking about it. Like I need to go back and buy it.
Do it.
I'm surprised you didn't buy it.
I was going to, but I was like, damn, do I really want to pay $75 for a freaking cross?
Yeah.
I should have. Yeah.
I kind of do.
Because now I got to drive 6 hours back to go buy the damn thing.
Brought the clock.
Joe bought the 9 o'clock clock. 9:09.
9:09 clock.
Oh man, anything with that yet?
No, this is my first time being in the room with it. Actually, like it's in my front computer room. I haven't been in my front computer room since I came back. So
Okay,
it's
so
just sitting
why?
here.
T-
It's my
tell
armrest.
everybody why you got it.
Okay, we were in one of the antique rooms and had the Ovilus, and I was at first I was drawn to this like old Vietnam biker vest, so I was over there in the corner, and on the Ovilus it said 9, but it was the number 9. And I was like, okay, 9 what? Then it spelled out the word 9 right after that. I was like, what the heck? So shining my flashlight around, I noticed this clock, and it's broken, it's old, but the time on it reads 9:09. I was like, oh, I was like, that right there is the reason I bought it. I was like, man, that's coincidence. I doubt it. So it came home with me, along with the new Raggedy Ann and Andy. So
Yeah,
You
I
can see
saw
his
those.
nice little collection back there.
yeah, they're piling up. I actually got some. What do they call them? The floating shelves. I bought some today, so they're gonna go up somewhere around the room, so I can display them better.
So you guys are from Corpus Christi, Texas. What is your favorite place to investigate there?
Cheetahs.
Stop.
Oh,
That's a strip club.
to investigate
I
here
would
in
say
Corpus. I
Blackbeard's.
don't know. Blackbeard's is awesome. Like that
Blackbeard's is
place.
cool.
It's at one of the other places that I sent you the guys a list on was Pier 99. I want to go there and investigate there too.
I
But
thought that
yeah,
place
so
burned
far
down.
Pier 99. No, it's
It's still there.
it's still there downtown. I actually ate there when my parents came down.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's still there. But yeah, Blackbeard's, man, it's old. It's got history, and yeah, it's haunted. It's pretty badass. One of the best experiences I've had in my life was there. So paranormal wise.
And just, I mean, and we showed you guys that the little video that we had of that moan that,
Yes.
that was weird. And we were still kind of green at the time, so it really like creeped us out. We were like, what was that? And it was just weird that he heard it in front of him. I heard it come from in front of me, and there was nobody. There was nothing there. There was, we got that stick figure on the SLS, and it was
Laying
in the
down
woman's
inside the
bathroom.
stall. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just weird because it was laying down on the ground. It was in the woman's bathroom, and it was a woman's voice that made that moan. So
Yeah.
it was weird.
Right.
That
And then
that go ahead.
and then you guys showed it to us and we heard it, and Jennifer Rose catches a voice. She was like, it sounds like it said something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it sounded like it said "help me" or something like that. Or
Yeah. To me, like as I was listening to it, because I don't think I'd listened to it since we went to Blackbeard's, but to me it sounded like it said help me. Like it was. I was like, oh, okay.
I couldn't hear it. I don't know. I couldn't hear it. It just sounded like a moan to me. I don't know. I don't know what Jennifer Rose heard, but I just it just sounded like a moan to me. But I know her and Joe were saying that they heard it say something, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've been trying to get the team to go to Blackbeard for a while, and then finally I was like, screw it, I'll go by myself, and then it was closed.
Ah, yeah,
I had
it's a
my
really,
kids with me and everything. I was like, come on, guys, we'll go.
yeah, it's a really cool place, and the food's good, and it's a really
Yeah.
interesting place to investigate. And if you can get in, like it's probably one of the best places to investigate here in Corpus. The Lexington's cool to investigate, but they do it in like giant group location like investigations, and it's just kind of takes away from it because you have to have a tour guide. Like they don't let you go off by yourself. But if you want to do a location that's just a residual haunting, like the Lexington is the place to go.
Yeah, me and my family went to Lexington just to walk around, and I was like sticking my arm through and around stuff into dark places. I was like shining my phone. I was like, I'll catch something.
Yeah.
Something will walk by. Didn't get anything though, but it was cool. It was cool to walk around. Just it was like about to die down. All the people were going. So
What's y'all's favorite place to investigate in San Antonio?
are you getting an echo?
I am.
I am. Uh-oh.
Jen Rose.
I think we lost her. Oh,
My bad. So arrived at the location, right? Keys don't open the damn gate. The
No.
front gate. Yeah. So this is fun. We're gonna have to jump the fence.
Please turn your camera on for that.
yeah. Turn the camera on. We need to see that.
Like someone holds my camera.
How do I screen record this?
Sure.
Oh, there she.
Why not? I'll tell my cousin to hold the camera. Let's see who decides to jump over the fence.
Adventures with the Ghoul Gals.
Adventures. Let me get on my other
We need to insert the sound here in a minute. At this moment, she knew she effed up.
But yeah, what's y'all's favorite place to investigate? Or what's your favorite place right now?
I haven't found a favorite place yet because there's so much in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I think it's her phone.
Maybe if I talk low. No, I can't.
To whisper.
My cousin's talking to that. Just kidding.
It's like the
Jen,
Blair Witch Project.
why are we echoing?
My bad. Hold on. I'm gonna put it on mute.
There we go. Take two. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, she put it on
There's an old Bear County jail. It's now a Holiday Inn. It still has like the original interior and has the bar still on it. Well, we went there last minute. It was a Saturday, probably not the best time to go downtown. But I do want to go again because I found out that my grandfather on my dad's side was locked up there.
Oh, wow.
And my great grandfather on my mother's side was actually a cook there, and he fell in the elevator they had, and it went all the way down, and he couldn't walk properly after that. So I have two things going on there. I'm gonna try to use that.
Interesting.
All right, let's see if she falls. Wait, if she's gonna go over the fence, how is she gonna get her phone back?
Joe, just let it happen. They can worry about that after the fact.
That's true. What place are they at?
They
at
are
a house.
She's at a house.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
at a
okay.
house.
This is gonna be interesting. Jen, widescreen, please.
Turn
Sideways.
that light on.
The keys don't open the front door either.
Oh, that was
They're at the wrong house.
Oh, maybe that's why it doesn't work, because they're at the wrong house. They're in a time loop.
Oh man.
Oh, remember we felt like we were in the time loop when we went to go investigate Chipita's grave?
Oh my god, dude, that
Okay, tell us.
scared me.
So we go off. So there's a Highway 666 here, and there is a legend. It's actually not even a legend. It's like historical fact that the first woman ever hung in Texas was in San Pat County, and her name was Chipita Rodriguez, and her grave is out there, and you can go, and supposedly you can hear her out there doing stuff. And
Crying.
so we go out there, and there's a haunted attraction out there. It's like a Halloween haunted house, and they wanted us to come and investigate because they said they had all this all this stuff going on. And so we went, and it was okay. But then as we're leaving, we're like, well, let's go to Chipita's grave. Actually, this was before we investigated the haunted house. That's how we got the investigation for the haunted house, was by trying to go out to Chipita's grave and running into the family that owns it. And we were driving. They're like, we went out there and we could not find it. Like, we could not find it. I'm like, I've been out here before. Like, I know where this place is. Like, but we just kept going in what felt like a never ending loop. So we drive back, and they're like, oh, we'll take you to it. and it felt like it took us like an hour and a half to get where we were going. And then we felt like we were traveling down the same like roads. I'm like, I've seen that mailbox already. Like, what? Like it felt like something from the Blair Witch, because it's out there and there's just nothing but trees and it's a gravel road, and it was crazy. And it felt like we were stuck in like a time loop. Like this just kept going around and around.
And I know for sure that we did pass when they took us to the place. We passed the same mailbox, because in front of the mailbox was like a little brush pile with the orange road cone.
Yep.
And we passed it. I know at least twice, maybe 3 times. Because we're like, dude, we just came this way. Where are we going? We're going in circles, but we're following these people. We're like, man, we didn't know if they were on the phone to somebody. Like, hey, we're coming by. Next time we come by, come out and grab them. Well, man, we didn't know. We were freaking out.
But then we finally get out there, and it was all right. We got a few things here and there, but nothing like super freaky or anything. But they're just driving around. And then when we left, it was really weird because you could only go one way. It's not like you could drive around in a loop. But we know we passed that one location like 6 times.
But that is creepy. Like going through again and again, like we passed that. When are you getting out of it?
Yeah.
It was
Weird.
It looks like Jen's begging to say something.
Yeah, we don't have the right keys.
I told you.
We were joking like the keys don't work because you're at the wrong house.
Oh yeah, I went to the wrong. This is my grandparents.
Oh, okay.
My dad gave us the wrong keys.
On purpose.
No.
Okay, you ask him later.
Maybe.
I did find a charger, but I am sitting at 3%. Okay, hopefully I can find you. My phone might die. Just in case. I'll look for the truck though. Okay. We're going to HEB.
Hell yeah.
Someone has to go to the restroom.
You.
Number 2.
Dropping the deuce.
Anyways, yeah. So my dad's hopping over here, and he's hopping in his car and coming over here. Mind you, I just came from their house, and how long did it take me? So
you got some time to go.
Yeah. This
Be
is
on the lookout
classic.
for the Lechusas.
This is a classic GGP investigation, is it not?
I don't know. I've never had a problem.
Lie.
I'm pretty comfortable right here.
Okay. So we usually have problems that usually have to do with me.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a you problem.
It's a me problem. Yeah. I always bite off more than I can chew. Always, never fail. But yeah.
So we're still getting an echo.
I know. Darn San Antonio. Joe, I was going to ask you though. So, what is your opinion on like Exorcist movies?
The Exorcist movies?
Yeah, like Exorcist movies.
I mean,
In general.
I dig them. I don't believe everything that's in it. Of course, the movies itself, they got to make it for Hollywood. I think one of my favorite ones was The Pope's Exorcist, because it was based off of like actual events and accounts of what happened. So to me, that's I want to say one of the realest, but most believable with documentation behind it.
Yeah.
I feel like movies like the Exorcist, like the original Exorcist, just kind of made people freak out about Ouija boards and things of that nature when before people were using spirit boards to talk to spirits, there was really, I mean, whether bad things happen or good things happen, you know, people were using the spirit boards or scrying or different ways of communicating with the spirits. And I feel like when Exorcist came out, it just kind of put like a bad stigma on the Ouija board.
Oh, I know. So I just watched the new Exorcist movie, right? Now it's a stigma. Now it's gonna be a stigma on pendulums.
That's what they use in this one.
Yeah, that's what they use in this one. I'm like, really? Come on, man. But I asked that question because as a Christian, when I watch these movies, I get absolutely excited the way I'm watching it is through a believer's eyes, right? So I like at the end of the day, it's faith that everybody has to have.
Yeah.
So, you know, and little faith and whatever, like the Exorcism of Emily Rose, right? That one, there was like 15 demons inside of her or something like that. But because she had faith, they were able to exorcise the demons and, you know, prevail. So
have you ever heard the real story about that? Because it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
So
I want to say I did, but I don't remember.
So I covered her. I covered her on my podcast. I did a podcast on the origins of exorcism, and her story was nothing like what we saw in the film. It was very over exaggerated. So it was just very loosely based on the actual case. Now they did do the whole science aspect of it also and try to figure out if there was something medically wrong with her, and that's because of her case. That's the reason that the Catholic Church now has to have a medical professional evaluate them before they will do an exorcism.
Yeah.
Because she ended up dying.
Yeah, and I truly believe there is power in the name of Jesus. Scuba, he had sleep paralysis a few months back. And remember what you said to make it stop?
I don't remember.
You told me.
I don't want to
don't shy away from it.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't remember. I don't talk about it.
I don't remember.
He said the only word he could think of and the only thing that came out was Jesus. And it went away.
So it's really weird because I've been able to kick out of my sleep paralysis because I've always had sleep paralysis. And I'm usually able to kick out of it. Like I move my pinky toe or something and I'm good to go. And for some reason, I just could not get out of this sleep paralysis. And the only thing that came out of my mouth, I couldn't talk, I couldn't say nothing. Jesus was the only word that came out. And I'm not a religious guy. Like I said, I was raised Catholic, but I'm not a religious guy at all as an adult. I believe in God, but I don't believe in religion. And so my views and Joe's views and TJ's views, everybody in the group has different views. And that's the only thing that came out and it kicked me out of my sleep paralysis. So was it Jesus saving me from my sleep paralysis demon? Maybe.
Faith.
Yeah, we're the same way. We all have Jesus.
Jesus came to abolish religion. It's not a religion. It's just a personal relationship with God.
Exactly.
That's why I don't really do the whole religion thing because I feel like I am who I am because the way the guy created me, he knew what he was making when he made me.
Exactly. I don't really do the whole religion thing either, but I do believe that there are a lot of religions because there's a lot of different people that, you know, everybody's brain thinks differently.
Yeah.
So there's no one right religion because there are so many for that reason.
Yeah.
and then like the camaraderie. So I go to church. I go to church every Sunday, but that's really for like the camaraderie of being around. I really just go to praise and worship.
I do it for my mental health.
Exactly. It's like a recharge.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So and our team's the same way. We have different beliefs. I'm a believer. Jen believes in. I don't even.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
I don't even know. And Jen and Ashley believes that that she came from a different planet. So we all have our own beliefs. Very different.
Ashley was the other one out there with you?
Yes. Ashley is our third.
So mad. I told the ghost to grab my butt and it grabbed hers.
It did.
Oh yeah.
He's like, grab my butt.
I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Stupid.
Stupid.
So what's your guys' favorite paranormal equipment?
I don't know, ever since I got my Ovilus, I love my Ovilus. That thing's awesome. But other than that, I mean, I love my SB11. Yeah, those are probably my top two.
I like my SLS device. I like. That's probably my favorite because I built it. You know what I mean? And it just makes me happy that when I get to use it, I'm like, yeah, I did this. I made it work. I don't really have like a favorite piece of equipment. So as much as I hate going someplace and being like, ooh, I feel this or I feel that, you know what I mean? Just because I know how my mind is and I freak out about everything. That's why I pulled you into that. I asked you to come and see if you felt anything in that room because I wanted it validated. I wanted it from somebody else who actually does that stuff. I wanted it validated that I'm not crazy when I'm like, hey guys, like I feel something, because I feel like sometimes they'll believe me, but other times they're just like, shut up, Scuba, shut up, just go to the other room, and I wanted it validated because I felt it and I knew it was there and I knew something was there, was whatever it was making me feel really, really uneasy.
Well, the moment you said there's this room, I already knew because that's the one I walked in and I was like, oh, what's in here?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and that's what I like about our team. Usually when one guy feels something, we usually have the same feelings. We're kind of in tune with each other. So if we walk into a room and somebody's like, whoo, I'm like, yeah, I know it's heavy. But I mean, the only one that I would say that really doesn't make those claims is TJ. I know me, you, and Mike, we all have those feelings, like the heavy feelings or something's evil.
Yeah. And there's times where I'm like, oh, I feel weird. And they're just like, we don't feel nothing. But I know what I feel, and it's not just me being paranoid. But a lot of times I do try to block it off. And that's just something I've always done since I was probably 18, 19 years old. I just kind of try to ignore it and hope for the best.
Right.
But now that we do this, it's like, well, damn, if I wouldn't have suppressed or tried to suppress whatever it was that I felt, maybe who knows? I don't know.
Where would you be?
Talking to dead people on the daily.
Be talking to dead people on the daily. No. When I was a kid, I used to see things all the time, and my parents never believed me, ever. They just never believed me, and my grandma was the one that would validate me, and she still does now. But it's just, and she told me. I called her the next day, and she was like, "What were you doing?" Nothing, Grandma. You were with the ghosts. She said it. You were with the ghosts. I was like, how do you know these things?
My mom
Sorcery.
like that too. It's funny though because when I was a kid, my mom would be like, "No, it's nothing. Go back to sleep." or whatever. But like now that I'm older and I do this, right now she tells me, it's like, by the way, when you would come screaming and crying to my room that you just saw something, and I told you to pray about it and go back to bed, I believed you.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that would have been nice to know. Because she's like, no, yeah. She's like, I saw stuff too in that house. I'm like, well, maybe think about what you think.
Yeah.
So now when my daughter tells me she sees stuff, I'm like, okay, you know, where, describe it, and just, you know, validate her more, and instead of like the norm to do is like, no, you didn't see anything.
So like
because you don't want to scare them more.
Yeah. Well, when we moved into this house, my oldest son is 22, and he's always said that he sees things, he feels things, and his mom would always be like, "Oh no," kind of like my mom. It's just your imagination. I always believed him, and I always told him, "Tell me more." When we moved into this house, he said he was in his room and he heard a little kid say, "Hi." And then an old man told him, "Hush."
Oh, wow.
And so I get creepy vibes all the time, but I ignore it because I live here. You're not gonna run me out of my house. This is my house.
Yeah.
And even my fiance will come over and she's like, you need to cleanse your house. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, ignore it. It's fine. Like, I'm not trying to piss anybody off. Whatever's here isn't hurting anybody, not doing anything. Leave it alone. But he feels stuff. Like he'll come in and he'll be like, Dad, like I was this place and just I got this weird feeling, and I'm just like, just document everything. You know, because one day, who knows, maybe you'll be able to validate somebody's claims of them feeling the same thing.
Well, did you have the cops show up at your house when you first moved in?
No, so check this out. I move into this house, right? And a cop shows up. And he's like, we had a 911 call from this house.
No.
It was coming from a girl's cell phone that was murdered here. Do you have the cell phone? And I'm like, what? No.
That's the beginning of a horror movie.
Exactly. So we're just here for inspection. It's me, my fiance, and the cops just talking to, and the guys that are working on the house.
And
not even moved in yet. And so I'm getting excited. And I'm like, oh man, I'm a paranormal investigator. Like, that's cool. And he's like, sir, that's great, but you know, we're on a 911 call right now. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he tells me about how she was brutally murdered here. They didn't find her cell phone. They didn't find the murder weapon. This and this and this, telling me all this stuff. And I'm like, holy crap, this is awesome.
No one was punking you?
I'm getting there.
Oh.
So I noticed my fiance is recording, but I figured she was just recording because, you know, I'm Mexican and this is a white cop. And
this is great content.
I want to get beat up. So he hands me a piece of paper. He's like, well, if you find the cell phone or anything, here's my number. Call me. So I open up the piece of paper and it says, love Mel. And I look over at her and I look outside and Joe's standing outside and I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers. Like, so it was one of Joe's friends from church that came and punked me. And I felt so sad because I was like, damn, I thought I was moving into a haunted house. But I think whatever's here, and it's just coincidence that there is something here, but it's not anything bad. I haven't really paid much attention to it, and it hasn't really tried to mess with me. It did open the closet door in my daughter's room in front of her while she was sitting on the bed, and she freaked out a little bit. And so I tried to go and debunk it and see if maybe when the AC kicked on, it just kind of pulled the door open. You have to like forcefully yank her door. And that's what she heard. She heard it like forcefully get yanked. So, yeah. But I mean, and then this little cabinet that I have here, that's where I have all my little artifacts that I take from investigations. So, but I keep it closed and there's holy water and crystals.
Nice.
all different kinds of different belief. There's all different things in there.
Smart.
So you got the top from Dillon Depot.
Yes.
Anything yet?
I haven't noticed anything. And he's actually, let me see if I can move my camera so you can see him. He's actually right there. I put him right there. I haven't noticed anything weird. The fiance's really creeped out by it, but she didn't want it. So I just kind of put him up there and I said, "Hey, buddy, you're home." Like I said, I don't know if there's anything with it, but just in case, I talked to it like there is. So
Wait, she didn't want it, but she told you to get it.
she told me to buy it, but then once she saw that I bought it, she was like, "I don't want it."
Come on, Mel.
Yeah.
Sounds like my husband.
Okay, guys. Well, we're 10 minutes past. How can our viewers find you?
Facebook would probably be the best way. We are Darkside Paranormal. And it's not spelled the way it's spelled up there on top. It's DARKSEID. No, you're good. You're good.
We had a whole conversation about this earlier, actually, me and Jen.
So that spelling was already taken, but we like the name Darkside. I'm a huge comic book nerd. My buddy Mike is a huge comic book nerd. One of Superman's main villains is Darkside. So we just took his spelling and used that as Darkside. So we're spelled like the Superman villain. You can find us on Facebook, and we live stream all of our investigations from beginning to end. We take breaks in the middle, but we let you guys know when we're going to take a break and when we're going to come back. So if you guys want to follow us, that'd be great.
Coming soon to OnlyFans and Feet Finder.
That's when the cameras aren't rolling.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
They also have an Instagram and YouTube.
We do have a YouTube, which is Darkside Paranormal as well. We don't have a lot of videos up there yet. We are working on it.
Us too.
But there's just so much. I mean, we got started in doing the footage, and then we just kind of investigation after investigation, it just piled up, so we weren't able to catch up. But we will eventually one day when we hire somebody to do it for us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think the Instagram is the same thing, Darkside Paranormal. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it was great talking to you guys. We gotta definitely do this again because I feel like we only touched the surface.
Yeah, so I want you guys on my podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can continue this, and this can be like a part 1, and we'll continue part 2 on my podcast.
Heck yeah.
Oh, there's Joe's dad.
That's my dad.
Let's go. That sounds like a wonderful.
Heck yeah. I went to basic training in Missouri.
Oh, yeah. Fort Hood? Or Leonard Wood?
Leonard Wood, Austin Woods. Yep.
Man.
All right, guys. And, of course, as always, like, share, follow Go Girls Paranormal if you haven't already. And we are going to be on Darkside soon, so like their page so you can see us there as well.
Cheers.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Bye.